Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to use two features in Postradamus. One is called import from CSV and the other is called export into CSV. You've probably already seen these features. They are right here. Under content you have import from CSV and under export you have export to CSV. Maybe you haven't used them, but today we will go over some basics of what these two functions offer. That will basically show you how you can quickly edit your posts yourself without using Postradamus, how you can quickly schedule your posts, how you can duplicate your lists or duplicate your posts, and how you can export and archive your data. For example, if you want to export the images or videos or GIFs from your posts, or if you want to export the text from your posts, links, whatever. So today we're going to cover all of that. We're going to be working with a case example, which is my new campaign list with 18 posts. So let's see what the list looks like. The list has 18 irrelevant posts found on the internet. Some of them have text, some of them don't, and none of the posts are scheduled. But what I want to do with this list are three things. First of all, I want to duplicate this entire list. I want to have two exactly the same lists. The second thing I want to do is I want to schedule each of these posts to run on a separate day of the week. But then I also want each of those posts to have the word in them, say which day of the week it is. So if I schedule a post on a Monday, I want the text to say Monday. If I schedule a post on a Tuesday, I want it to say Tuesday, and so on. And the third thing I want to do is to basically post these posts every hour. So we can do all these things with Postradamus, but some of these things might be a bit complicated and take a bit more time, like editing all the posts and assigning a certain date into the text. That might take a bit. But we are going to use the export to CSV function. So what this does is it exports your list into a CSV file. A CSV file can basically be opened with any text editor, but it's best if you open it with, for example, Excel. So any spreadsheet software like OpenOffice Calc or Excel or even Google Sheets, it's going to do the trick. So you go to Export CSV, you select a list that you want to export. We're going to select my new campaign. And here you have the option to include images. If you click on this, all of the images from your post are going to get downloaded locally to your computer. I'm going to click this yes, just to show you what it looks like, but it's not really relevant for our case here. So if you ever wanted to download all of the images from your posts, you never had to click on each of them separately. You could have just gone to Export CSV and exported your list while the Include Images option is turned on. So you see that we are downloading now a zip file. I'm just going to unzip this and show you what we have. So this is what we downloaded. We have a CSV file, which is the CSV of the list, and we have a folder with images. So let's see what this looks like this. So you see all of the images that are in my post, they were just downloaded locally to my computer. So a very useful feature if you wanted to save the stuff that you put in your lists. So now let's see this CSV file. I'm going to open it with Excel, but like I said, you can open it with basically any editor you have. And for this particular case, Excel is really going to work the best. So this is our list, and here's what we have. We have one column with text. So this is a text that is in my posts. We have 18 rows because there are 18 posts in my list, and each row corresponds with one post in the list. The second thing we have is the image URL. This is the direct link to the image or the GIFs, in my case, some of them. We have image name. We have origin. This shows where the post originally came from. So the reason why it says CSV import in my case is because before this video, I already uploaded these posts from a CSV file. But for example, if you found the posts on Facebook or Instagram, then here it will say Facebook, Instagram, and so on. Here I have post categories. Mine all say none because I haven't assigned any. If you don't know what post categories are, make sure you check our video on them because they are very useful and you might find some way to use them for your special case. Then here we have scheduled time. So like I said, none of my posts are scheduled, and that's why it says not scheduled here. We're going to be changing that very soon. And the last two columns are last updated and created. So they only show the date and time when the posts were last updated or when the posts were created. So as I mentioned, I want to have three separate lists. One is going to be just the exact duplicate of the list that I just exported. The second list, I would like to have it scheduled daily, so each of these posts are going to run every day, and the important thing is that I want to have a text that says Monday if it's scheduled on Monday, and Tuesday if it's scheduled on Tuesday, and so on. And the third list I'm going to have is going to schedule these posts every hour. So for the first list, which is going to be the exact duplicate, I'm not going to make any changes, and we're just going to upload the exact CSV that I just downloaded. So I will just make a copy of this file so we can upload it later. I will show you how. But for the second list, what I want to do is first change the text. So we're going to have one post say Monday, and then so on till the end. We'll have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and so on. The image URL is going to stay the same. See, this is why it's really cool to use Excel, because Excel has a quick fill feature, and it's of course always easy to copy and paste within a software like this. The image URLs are going to stay the same. Image names, not going to change any of those, but the schedule times. Today is March 16 and Monday is on March 20. So here I'm going to schedule these for March 20. Of course, you shouldn't type in something like March 20 because when Excel does recognize the format, it might not be what Postradamus recognizes. So your best bet is to just copy the format from here, like this, and then you change it to what you need. So here I'm going to change this to March 20, and let's say the first post should start at 2 p.m. like this. And then I'm just going to drag and drop this all the way down, like this. So the rest of them are now at midnight. I'm not going to change that, but of course in Excel you can change whatever you want. The important thing is that starting from Monday, they are scheduled for every following day. And this is what I wanted, so I will just save this list as posts daily. Let me just show you what we just created. There we go. So now we have our posts daily.csv file and our posts CSV file, which is the original one. And the third thing I wanted to do was post one post every hour. So at that rate, I'm going to run out of posts very quickly. So I will just make a few copies. This is also something you can do. It's perfectly fine. I just made 2 copies, so in total I now have 54 posts, so we are good for 54 hours of posting. I'll have all of them say hello. I don't really care about the text at this point, I care about the schedule time. So if you want to use quick fill feature here, you will have to make sure that the cells are formatted in a way that accepts hours and minutes. So I'll just make sure that that's the case. And let's say that we start with March 20 at 1 a.m. It's enough to give Excel 2 consecutive cells of examples. And then when it sees a pattern, it's just going to follow that pattern all the way through. So you see how it's filling it up for every other hour. When I drag and drop it all the way down, we are going to have all of these posts filled out from 1 a.m. to 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and so on until the end. So I'm going to save this last list as posts hourly. There we go. Let me just show you that one as well. It's in here, then pull it up like this. So now we have three lists. We have posts daily.csv, which are scheduled to run every day, and they have texts with Monday, Tuesday, and so on. We have posts hourly, which is we just created, and we have the original posts.csv because I just want to duplicate the list one time. And now we will go back to Postradamus. So here we will use the function import from CSV. So the only thing you have to do here, you have to drag and drop your file inside, or you click and select your file manually. I'm just going to drag and drop these lists inside. So let's start with the original list. Drag and drop. And you'll see here that the list that's created is exactly the same like the list we downloaded. So we have 18 posts, none of them are scheduled, and they have the same text as they had in the original list, which is exactly what I wanted. I just wanted a duplicate list. So I will select all of them, and I will save them to a new list called New Campaign 2, like this. So that was the easy part. Now, what I'm curious about, of course, is what will Postradamus do with the two lists that I'm hoping to have scheduled. So let's pick the posts daily list first, and just drag and drop it inside like we did with the original one. And now we have 18 posts again. But this time we have posts saying Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on, and they are scheduled on exactly the same dates and exactly the same times when I scheduled them to be. So this is perfect. I'm just going to select all of them, and I will add them to a new list called Campaign Daily. Okay. And the third list we're going to be importing is the list where we copy-pasted our content a bunch of times. So this one, posts hourly, is going to have 54 posts. And there we go. So we have 54 items. They all say hello because I was not very imaginative. But the point is that they start from Monday, March 20 at 1 a.m. and then they are scheduled for every other hour. And we go like this all the way down to the last 54th post. So the same thing with the other two lists. I'm going to select all of them and add them to a new list called Campaign Hourly, and I will add them. So the last thing we're going to check now is how those lists actually look in Postradamus, and can we even use them. We'll go here to our lists, and you see now we have two lists that are not ready. So my original campaign, which we exported, and the new campaign with 18 posts, which we imported from CSV. But we also have two lists that are ready, and those are the daily campaign and the hourly campaign that are both scheduled. So daily campaign starts at March 20 at 2 p.m. and the hourly campaign starts on March 20 at 1 a.m. And there you go. So this is a very quick way to not only duplicate your posts, but also to edit your texts inside to schedule them if you don't want to use our scheduler, or if you have a a very complicated schedule that is simpler to maintain maybe in Excel. But it's also a cool feature if you just want to download and export your images and your GIFs from the lists that you created. So I hope you're going to be using this feature because it should definitely help you save even more time, since that's what Postradamus is here to do. Thank you for watching.